All right, we're back
up. Oh, we back. Yeah, we are. Tell a friend. Back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? I was just listening to some Minutemen on the car.
Hey, what's up, Charlena?
Hey, we're back. We had to reset the router first time, but it's all good. We back. Oh, we really didn't know if you were looking up the card.
Yeah. I got it saved over here. We'll let people roll back in first.
We'll let people roll back in as we get our phones ready. We apologize for the technical delay. But we're all good. No, we did not forget to pay the bill, Charlena. We're good about that. A lot of this house depends on that internet. So we have to keep it going. Tanya, welcome back. Welcome back, Tyler's mom. Who else rolled back in? Oh, here. Okay. Here, present, sir. With honors, sir. Sorry. Little Man in Black action going there. Joni, welcome back. Sorry about that. Because I know you're the one of the ones that join our live. But go ahead and we did shuffle our tarot card, and he's going to look it up.
So before we got interrupted with that little break there,
Yep.
We pulled a card. It was the World in the reverse position. And the meaning of that one is heavy burdens, excessive duties, carrying the world upon one's shoulders, fears, especially about responsibilities. Well, in the last one, I have some fears about my responsibilities, but that's just kind of normal parent stuff, I think.
Yesterday, I was fearful of my responsibilities and not actually going in that tunnel yesterday. I was being responsible about that.
Heavy burdens might be referring to me being working and doing the show too together, you know.
And heavy burdens as well, all that sadness I felt yesterday as well.
That would be definitely something there. See, yeah. And the excessive duties would be like, you know, I'm doing work, dad, and the show, you know, on the show nights only, you know.
On the show nights only, but you've been a trooper. I've been leaving you be for a little bit when you come home because I know you have to.
It's like that. Well, I think when anybody comes home from work, you know, it's like you got to separate from your work stuff real quick to make sure you're ready for your home life, you know, because sometimes it takes a little bit of it.
I know you go straight up to the room and do your thing, and there we go.
Well, I also clean up. Like I wash up and stuff too, you know, because I'm working with a lot of people and stuff. And we've been very careful, but it's a
even when I went out and explored, I didn't let TT touch me. I went up straight to the shower.
And it's the best thing to do. You know, I showered yesterday when I came home. And I cleaned myself up today when I got home. So it's a good thing to keep a good practice like that.
Wow, that's amazing. That card read our minds.
Yeah.
Like that. This is what, I mean, 99% of these cards have been, we know what it's talking about. And some of them we had to dig deeper, but not too much.
Well, and that's the thing is the cards tell their message, but, you know, they are limited to how you can perceive them. And that's the problem is that, like, you know, some people don't know how to perceive a tarot card and they get frustrated and they don't like, it doesn't mean anything for me. You know?
I think
you got to mess with it more, you know, you got to learn more. And we've been messing with it for a while. Yeah.
Since we've been doing this, I've been chipping in more because I'm having a better understanding of these tarot card readings.
Yeah.
And it's been helping me to like, it's like, oh, wherever you read, I was like, I'm thinking of what that could mean, just like you and your work and home life now, going back to work and home life, and me yesterday with the burden of all the sadness yesterday and your responsibility of being dad, going to work, bringing in the money to help support your family.
Yeah.
And me being responsible of not going in that tunnel yesterday. And so that way nothing could happen to me. So I don't want you guys, I can't think about that's why I was like, sometimes, yes, I go to these places solo, but I'm responsible about it. I'm not thinking outside of the responsibility. It's like people need me back home as well. Hey, Gwen, welcome.
No, I'm doing all right. Like, thank you, Charlena. I'm, like a little tired, but I think the main thing is like it's just the I wake up pretty early in the
Yes, she
morning.
does.
Like
Yes, you
I
do.
I gotta be about like 5:30, 5:45.
Mhm.
So by the time it gets to this point in the night, I'm a little showing of the tired. But I was talking to him earlier, and he was telling me about some of his exploration and stuff, and he was talking about it, and I could tell for a second he kind of slowed down because he thought I was not interested. I'm like, no, I'm interested. I just my face can't tell you what my mind is thinking right
That's
now.
why I
I'm
noticed.
actually really happy, and I'm still like really happy to do
Yeah,
the show.
he's happy about it, but there's a point I've gotten used to you when you were working and you come home, I just leave you be for a bit and
Yeah,
let you reset.
I have a physically demanding job, and also it's kind of a
Yes.
somewhat stressful job.
Yes.
So it's when I get home from work, I gotta kind of clear the work stuff out of my head, because you
Well,
need a minute to switch back into home mode.
yeah. Charlene, we cannot start earlier because
We might. So what we're trying to do, we've been talking a little bit about this, is we might try to bump it up to the 9 o'clock
9
position.
o'clock. Okay, we can do that.
Yeah. So we might try to bump it up to the 9 o'clock position.
And still have like maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, because well, and it would lead to the same time if it was the 2 hour mark.
Yeah.
But it would, if we did an hour and a half, it would give me.
We'll talk about
But yeah,
that.
we won't do that for this week, but maybe we'll roll that out for next week.
Because
like I said, we talked about it last week, and we talked about it a little bit this week already. Yeah. We didn't know how this was going to go with me working everything. Monday, the show, I had to work, then I had to stop off at a mentor's figure's house and do some work around his house for about an hour or hour and a half or so. And I was carrying some pretty heavy objects.
Then
and
you
shit.
got attacked by plexiglass.
Yeah. Then that was at work and everything.
Yeah.
And then I came home, and I still had to do my dad thing, and everything. So Monday was a little bit of an overwhelming day, but we still rocked it through and came through and everything. Today was a little bit better, a little bit slower. Just trying to keep everything going. But like I said, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be doing the show.
Yes.
And we're doing Wildin Out Wednesday. So if you guys have any stories of like something from outdoors, whether it be like a camping trip where you maybe heard something that was a little scary.
Yes.
I was visiting my buddy Clement the other day to pick up some masks, and his one of his frogs started going crazy, and the sound was like something, if you heard it in the woods, it'd probably scare the piss out of you, So yeah, I definitely I want to hear all your stories, and it can be UFO stories, something, spotting something in the sky, and anything like that, guys. So let's move past me being tired. Don't worry, guys. I'll be okay.
He'll be fine. Through it. We all trooper through a lot of things. We trooper through tired. I trooper through pain. One show, but we trooper through everything, and we have. This is like a feeling out. We have to readjust, but we're still going to give you guys a show because you've been a big part. You guys have been a big part of the show as well.
Yeah, and
we don't want to not have a show for you guys. We want to keep giving you guys a show, even if it means we had to adjust sometimes, because we were just when we started this, none of us couldn't. Well, you're the only one that has gone back to work, and Jen, my wife, still works.
Yeah, she's worked home. She's worked straight home, straight through. Yeah,
and I probably won't go back to work till June. So, and we just have to readjust, reevaluate. But we're still going to give you guys a show because we love you all, and we wouldn't be us, and we wouldn't be without. Everyone knows what I'm trying to say, but I'm just babbling on.
No, you're making sense. So we're there, like we're figuring stuff out.
Yeah, we're figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes I fill in the time with those, the last couple ones. I gave you guys live from the cemetery, the lesser known cemetery.
Yeah.
Walkthrough of Helltown area, which led to a beautiful ending with this up in the mountain, half mountain. Sorry, as Linda Bird was.
Yeah, she'll get on you, man.
I know she'll get on me about that. And yesterday with that, I just didn't know about this place till yesterday, the old asylum grounds. And it was also a Cleveland, they called it Cleveland State, and then they called it Northern Ohio. Then oh my gosh, it changed so many names, but I'm still kind of that area because it was like calling me there. It was like after I found those vehicles yesterday, I'm like, I have to go here. I had to find this place.
Yeah.
Because this also can be an investigation because I called it, there was spirits still on those hollow grounds of that asylum area. Sadness, pain, regret. It's like, oh,
a lot of energy.
there was a lot of energy there.
And you were telling me about it, and I could tell by your reaction to it the kind of energy you're probably dealing with out there. So I can't wait to go out there with you. And
we're doing the Saturday
and everything. It's what the plan is, and I'm going out with him and everything, and we're going to be packing up a bunch of supplies with me. I'm taking my backpack with me and everything.
Yes,
so
please. Yeah, take your backpack and extra flashlights.
Oh yeah, I'm packing up heavy.
There's a reason for that. Well, because like I didn't do a live from anywhere. Oh, I didn't do a live anywhere except for that footbridge.
Yeah,
because that was calm. I was like, I have to do a live. It was like telling me to. So, and I did. I told this guy yesterday.
Do you have a pen ready?
Yes, I do. Got a pen.
Thank you.
I was telling this guy I brought a piece of brick from one of the crumbling found. They put it in a pile, but it's obviously from the area. So we're gonna have to cleanse that before we bring it back in. I mean, then actually, I was going to tell you too. I've seen a post for the West Virginia, the SiteCon, Paracon, and they still having that going.
Nice.
And Steve Hummel and his museum, they brought another relic home, an embalming table.
Oh, those embalming tables are amazing.
And his museum is opening May 19th. But we're going to take precautions regardless. And I got his book too right here. I'll read some stuff later or maybe Friday. And yeah, I know we got to take precautions, and we always do, especially when he's at work. He takes his precautions. He got some mask
on all day.
Mask on. And even when I'm meeting these new people, I stay protected or 6 feet apart. And we just do the wave, or I do finger guns at people.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anybody to reference for finger guns. If you can tell me, I'll give you a prize. I don't know. Hi, Linda.
What's up, Linda?
Okay.
Glad you're popping in.
Gwen, live from the asylum, grounds was yesterday on the Facebook page. If you want to rewatch that, go ahead. If anybody wants to rewatch it, some of it was a little. I've having issues with my signal since T-Mobile bought Sprint. Gosh dang it. But I changed my settings on my phone, so any more live should be okay. But I did do a live from there. It was about 12, 13, 14 minutes, I think. So if anybody hasn't watched that yet, go ahead. It's on the Facebook page. Then I shared 2 more posts about where I was. If you want any more information on it, that's on the page as well. I mean, I want to know you guys, so if you're curious, it's on that page for you to check out.
Yeah.
The live video and the 2 things I found on it to tell you a little bit of the history of the area. I didn't know about this area. I didn't know it even existed. Because these places, especially like the hospitals.
The hospitals are always scary.
The asylums.
Yeah, the asylums
they call them state hospitals. But we know it's for where they kept people dumped off their mentally ill, and which was a shame. And they did all those things back then, kind of crude, those electric baths, and oh God. Ugh.
Oh, Charlene is visiting her parents. That's nice.
Oh, that's very nice.
I can't wait to see my mom again and some other family members. Right now I'm staying a little bit precautious and waiting for this to fizzle out a little bit more,
Thank you, Tanya. I know you worry about being by myself, but I'm pretty aware of her surroundings. I always stay protected. I always have my backpack. I always have a lot of stuff. I even have, even if I'm just exploring and not doing paranormal, I have my protection bags, my stones in my protection bag with me at all times. And I'm always looking around. You always, sometimes if I go live, you notice me looking back. I'm always looking, always aware of my surroundings.
Yeah.
And thank you, Tanya. I know. I appreciate it. Sometimes I worry about myself sometimes. Did I really want to go in those tunnels? Yeah. But was I thinking responsibly? Yes. Because I just by looking at a map I found on along what I shared on the Facebook, how expansive those grounds were.
Yeah.
Then me walking around those old roads and looking at those walkways, I can tell there was tunnels there. They were all over the place. And even to that bridge, there's a tunnel underneath. Why was there a tunnel underneath the footbridge? What was the purpose for that? To walk between?
And we'll need some good lighting for down there to make
we're
sure
gonna
that
need
we're being
some good
safe.
lighting.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna need
Gotta be
some good
masked up so we make sure we can not breathing in
I'm
some of that shit down
gonna
there.
the ones you got from your guys.
Yeah,
Those
my
will be
buddy
my
up at
outdoor.
my
That'll
buddy
be my
climbing up
outdoor one.
at Cleveland Curiosities, he hooked me up with 3 masks the other day. So it was really
And
nice.
my outdoor mask is finally shipped, so I'll see that soon. But probably
One of
not
mine
soon.
is shipped, but the shipping is, I don't know, it's wonky.
Yeah.
But I got packages coming in over the next couple weeks, just some things, and we have the package coming in for the unboxing for Friday, and Chris is going to be reading some stuff on Friday.
Mhm.
So Friday's show's obviously going to be another big one, and I'll make sure, guys, I'll just do a bunch of speed before Friday's show, and I'll just be super energetic. Don't worry. No, I'm kidding.
We might go longer because it is a weekend. But
it's a weekend, yeah.
We're
So I
not
don't have to worry
going
about the next day, yeah.
because
But we have to investigate Saturday, so I still got.
we probably won't go
yeah.
too late.
Well, we'll probably keep it the same time frame just so I can get rest because I'll still work that day. Yeah,
That'll be a lot of time on Saturday.
and getting out at noon, like all the time, need time to like get breakfast in me and stuff. I want to make so many eggs that morning. Yes.
You're gonna need. I'm gonna bring. You can bring that jerky you got.
Oh, I got a bunch of it. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the whole bag. Yeah. I ate some of it. I ate the venison jerky. Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
Oh, Gwen says, yeah, who would have thought the electricity and water didn't cure a damn thing? Yeah. Why? They were experimenting with all these crazy to cure. You can't cure mental illness. You can't. They tried.
Well,
but it was such like it felt like
you can curve it in a certain direction. Like there are people who have been able to like live with somewhat or mostly normal life. Certain medications, but certain practices have also led people in certain directions. Yeah, like I knew a person growing up who was definitely like there was always something off, but they always seemed to have a good manage. So it was one of those like, all right, I don't know what to feel about you, but you seem to like actually have your life somewhat together, so it's okay,
Oh yeah. Anyway, while we're on the subject of this asylum, because it's a big topic, because
go into. I have to grab something from upstairs.
I'm gonna tell the story. If I don't see the comments, because I'm not on my, but I'm gonna read to you guys what the guy that led me there sent me, and it's pretty freaky. So he says, "Here we go. This is where I was yesterday." First, it was called Northern Ohio Lunatic Asylum. So the basically the history of the asylum is pretty unknown. All I really know is that it was called Hawthorne State Hospital. It was a farm hospital from 1922 to 1938. In 1941, it was established as the Hawthorne State Hospital. There's an active mental facility adjacent to the property. Yes, I did see that when I walked past the footbridge. Further down, they put a new facility down there, almost like the Maslin McKinney Hall that I talk about sometimes. Okay, and here we go. it closed sometime in the mid 90s. It was demoed sometime in the early 2000s, I was told. They built that ball field over top of the grounds. You believe that? They built a ball field, and that's the only thing still there is a ball field, but there's still a lot of old paths and the tunnels and the footbridge and the guard shack and some foundations that I found. I will be posting that video up later. Apparently, back in the days, there was an urban legend in which there was an escaped mental patient that would go after people's cars if they would drive up there at night. My grandma used to drive up there too, and it was a big thing when she was in high school. So this has been going on quite some time, guys. Quite some time. Let me get back to the chat so I can see what you guys. I know there's treatments, not a cure. Yeah, what do you think? There's legends to that as well. Hey, Ben, welcome, sir. I don't know if you caught the my little live yesterday I did of the my hollowed walk on the old Salem grounds, which is was a big, vast property. It was quite amazing. And I just told you that legend that he also, and I gave you a little history of that asylum, which, I mean, I did post this stuff on our Facebook page. If you want to go back, there's a link to a page on it. There's also a link to the YouTube of a little video this guy made with this history as well. Yeah, there is a lot of history there, Gwen. I mean, I was full of adrenaline yesterday. But I can feel the sadness and pain walking that area. It was like walking hollowed grounds. And it was like I was with drugs or something. It just, my adrenaline was keeping me going, but I also, if it makes sense, I can also feel the sadness. And I'm always was looking around. I mean, I walked that bridge so many times, I lost track, and there's still the same energy in the middle. And there was that damn creepy effing chair right there in the middle of that. Why is there some of our locations that there's been a creepy effing chair and someone, I don't know, probably was most likely placed there for a reason, but
yeah,
it was it could have been older, but it was a plastic chair because it might have been sitting out. It had been washed off by rain. But I mean, I even found an old Pepsi bottle while I was scaring him on the bottom of that bridge.
Oh, really?
I know where I put it if I want to bring it back.
Yeah.
So I will bring it back later, but I know exactly where I put it as long as no one other finds it. But I put it in a good spot, so it shouldn't be. I was looking for relics like you do when we were looking for those arrowheads.
Yeah,
when I was at the moon. I was doing that same thing on the bottom because it was in between a gorge. Like it was, I think it was like purposely, and not necessarily that there was a lake there. It was like there was a big drain system too, and there's old foundation there too. It was just, I think it was dug out like that purposely. And there was this foot. It was just wow. I can't imagine. I can imagine the energy there will be enough to affect anyone. So many variations of energy, anger, anguish, pain, sadness, hope can be overwhelming.
For sure.
It was.
All right, so the reason I disappeared real quick is I brought something down for us. Yes. So Chris and I were talking a couple weeks ago, and he said he had never had something, and it was something I was about to order. And I have only had it once, and it was in a different form. But all right, we're gonna eat some gator jerky. Right, with our fans. So I had gator down in Florida a couple years ago when I went down with my wife, and it was actually where I proposed to her. But it was one of the last meals we had before we flew up home, and I had never had gator before. And it was we had fried gator, and it was kind of like done on like almost like a popcorn chicken style way. And it was pretty good. It tastes very similar to chicken, it's a little different. But I told this dude I was getting some of this. So it's Cajun gator jerky. And so we're gonna have some of this, and I want to see a reaction. I want them to see a reaction too. So
I'm not too far. And we also got what you just said, venison and the regular jerky, beef jerky.
Yeah, I had some elk jerky, which was a teriyaki elk jerky.
Yeah.
Then I had the venison jerky today at work.
I've had venison before, but
and then I got it's the mango habanero soft jerky. I still got a pack of that. It's a small pack. And then I got the teriyaki beef jerky, I think, for our big hike one. Or it's like some kind of beef jerky
Saturday.
for Saturday. Yeah. It's a pound of it. All right. So start with a small piece. Don't eat it yet.
Charlene says, "Oh my, gross. Not fair. Tanya wants jerky."
All right. Cheers.
It's got good spice to it. What spice is it?
Cajun.
I love it. Gwen has a question for us. Have either of you been at a location, started at one point, and ended up in a completely different area than where you started, and yet have no recollection how you got there?
Not specifically. The only time I've had that happen is during driving, but it was on a late night drive, and people like space out when they're driving sometimes, so you lose track of time sometimes. I've had some hikes where I got lost, and then I definitely I didn't realize how I could have gotten as far off as I did, but that's about as far as I've come to that.
Oh, you mean you had that too? But as far as I have to really think back. I'm thinking back. That's a very good question, Gwen. Wow. Now, does that necessarily have to be when we're investigating? Or does it like what he just talked about? Because I had about the same driving thing where I blacked out for a moment, blacked out for a while, then end up on the other side. And I have no recollection. That's the only time I really, but investigation-wise, only time I think that really happened was not when we went to Molly Stark. It was when me and Erica went to Molly Stark. Then we somehow ended up somewhere else, and I don't remember how we got there. And that's the time. I don't remember that area, but that's the time that it's about the EVP.
Okay, yeah. The one that called your name, or the one?
Yeah, the one that said my name.
Yeah.
Because I had to really think back on it, because we weren't really investigating. We were just walking around and get the feel for it.
Yeah.
But I had one of those joggers. I had the EVP thing strapped right there the whole time.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was going to catch anything. I don't remember being in a certain area. It was like, I don't know exactly where it happened. But that was, the first part of Molly Stark, yes. Mm-hmm. And Charlene says, what part of the gator you had? Eating rib, leg, or breast? How about all three? Linda says, buffalo jerky is good. Have to send you some.
Oh, I've had buffalo.
Buffalo is good. I've had that before, too. Any jerky is good jerky. If I would jerky my cat, really, Tanya? I'm not going to jerky a cat.
Then she said no, she wouldn't.
We're not going to go Baskins on a cat. Or the husband. Tanya says, spend my life lost and far off. Antelope jerky is good.
I've never had that one.
Nope, never had that one. Yes, during investigations. Well,
okay, I'm getting antelope jerky next.
You get that? I think they should have that too.
Yep.
Yeah, I just explained that to the Molly Stark. We weren't investigating, but I guess it kind of ended up because I did bring my equipment just in case. So it happened to me too. Yeah, I read it in Vanessa's book, Gwen, about that experience at the barn. I don't know if you got that far. I'm sorry. I don't know if you finished up.
No. I haven't even started yet, but it's once I start it, it'll take me like an hour or two. Don't worry.
but that part of that's in that book.
Okay.
What she's talking about. I know that one. Jerky a kitty is a ancient Chinese secret. Joe. There's the Joe.
He's been quiet, just waiting to pop in with that.
Well, he's been lurking. He's like, I've been waiting. He's waiting for that opportune moment, just like Waldo. Here I am. But yeah, that was a very good question, Glenn.
And Charlene was saying, I read a story recently about a lady who murdered 3 women and served them as tea biscuits and made soap out of them. I think in Italy. That's crazy. I mean, and like that's soap is made out of. Some soaps they are made out of like fat and stuff, you know.
Hey, Charlene, if you can find that and share that to my Facebook messenger, I will share that tomorrow on the if you can find that. That's interesting. Yeah, hell with that Barnes. Yeah, she doesn't like Barnes. That's a particular reason.
Linda was saying that whenever she goes to different places, she brings back weird jerky for her grandson.
Hey, get him started young. I'm sure when your son's able to eat, you're going to give him some jerky too when he's able to eat it. Oh. Tanya says Joe and I are bedmates.
Did you see Ben's comment?
I purchased a UV backlight for my camera. Wonder if it will help me spot a ghost.
I don't know, man. Let us know what kind of results you get.
There's this ghost light. I want to for the camera that's actually filming because it has the night vision, the real spectrum lights. The night. I'll find it on Amazon and post it to the page because that's the kind of light I want to do. Because since we do a lot of outdoor and not really indoor spaces,
yeah,
it's harder for that camera to pick up on stuff at night when it's an outdoor because it's a vast space. So I want to get this light for that camera when we do investigations. I will share that tomorrow too, sir. I mean, if you can find a spirit, that's great, sir. We like to see it. Everyone's chasing the full body apparition. I mean, I had my share of crawlers, shadow figures, and shadow figure like that tall.
Yeah, one tall, as tall as me passed behind you one time. Yeah,
and recently in the cemetery when it was real quick like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think it's the same one that's been spotted because he was it was a slender shadow.
Well, have we told the story on stream of what happened the night after the one stream, where Abby and Jen and Eliza?
No, we have not. Once you tell that story,
okay,
I'll let you tell that story since you're.
I'm gonna make sure my jerky's finished because I've just been smashing this over here.
Give me a couple more pieces. That's good stuff.
All right.
I like gator jerky. You heard it here first.
That's all I got. There's literally nothing.
Damn, you've been counting down. Oh, thank you, Charlene. I will post that up. I will save that and post it up tomorrow. Thank you.
All right. So we finished up the show, and it was before I went back to work. It was like a week or so ago. We come upstairs, and my wife, his wife, and his stepdaughter, my sister-in-law, were sitting in the living room. And apparently it was probably what we would have been doing the show from 9:30 to 11:30 because it was still a 2-hour one. They said, I think probably somewhere between 10 and 11.
Yep.
Some kind of figure walked up, was messing around in the tree, and then walked away. And they were all freaked out. I mean, we're talking about people who don't get spooked by much. You know, my wife
they don't.
is a horror fanatic like I am. She is a very strong-willed woman. Your wife is a medical professional and a very strong-willed woman. And Eliza just doesn't care about most shit. So it's like they weren't easily spooked by a lot of stuff. But they were all like terrified. So you and I stayed up most of the night watching and making sure that, you know, trying to kind of catch something, you know. But that was one of our experiences recently. And it was definitely spooky when all of them were having some reaction to something.
Not just one person, a couple. And we stayed up while you fell asleep on the couch. We have a kind of creepy couch.
Yeah.
This old guy, I stayed like 2-3 hours before I went back upstairs. I would have been folded like a pretzel because this is a small love seat.
Yeah.
In that thing. But we set up our cameras. We didn't. You fell asleep too. But
Yeah,
we all fell asleep. But
it was. I mean, we did the show, and then it was like, it was tiring.
found out that my phone can do night shots. So we were experimenting a bit, but we both had both video cameras running.
Yep.
I still haven't checked that out yet.
I checked through some of my stuff. I didn't see anything pop up.
Okay, so if you didn't see it, that's like it. Ben says, those sneaky ghosts, that's why I have a police night cam on my back, because they sneak up behind you. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You've been, what is it in your previous, the vault, you talking about?
The backpack where I had a multi-angled
Yes.
surveillance system that was constantly watching out. And Gwen said, "Later, Gator." See what I did there?
Thank you. So where was this tree? I'm confused. It's in our front yard.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We're talking about our house here. Like it was we live together, and they saw it. Like it's a pretty decent sized house, so we all live together, and they saw it out the front window of our living room.
It's kind of the tree that blossoms like purple pink flowers.
Yeah.
Before it turns green. It's like a little medium, so it looks like a bonsai tree, but it has the blooming the flowers before it does the green.
Yeah.
And it's a little tube right now. It's because the other branch fell off, but now it's just a trunk. And
it only blooms for a certain part of the season, and that's just barren for most of the year.
Barren most of the year. But it's not dead. It's still alive because it's blossoming those flowers right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the birds are taking to it.
Yes, they are. So sorry, Charlene. We didn't mean to confuse you, miss. Robin Desmar is watching. Thank you, Robin.
So we haven't gotten a story from anybody tonight, so I'll toss it out one more time. If anybody has any stories of experiencing any kind of ghost, cryptid, alien, even like a weird story you were talking about around a campfire with some friends, anything you saw in the sky, anything, just on a hike or something like that, just on a jog, something weird in your neighborhood, all kinds of stories like that. We've been talking about some of our favorites tonight, for sure. And some of the things recently. Yep. And the recent stuff that's happened around the house. We have a very active animal population around the house. So like it could have been something like that, but they were all pretty spooked, and they're not the kinds that get spooked like that.
What else did I tell you the other? I was taking trash out to the front. And I thought I'd turn around and find out it was 6 eyes from deer watching me from the cemetery.
Oh, my mom says she has a call-in.
You want to call it? You want to call in there, Tyler's mom? Tanya, come on. You can't be that shy.
We could definitely take a call in.
Oh, we can definitely take a call. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, I would love to have one.
I would love to have one.
We have unboxings and readings and all kinds of stuff set up for Friday.
Yes,
yeah. So let's we could definitely. We got about I'd say like half hour, maybe a little bit less for the show. So
okay, since we were talking about the time changing, do you want to do a show at 9? So that way we can get at least 2 hours in
for Friday.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? You guys comment in the section. Do you guys want us to do the show on Friday at 9 or 9:30? 9 means we're definitely going to still run till 11 for 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
9:30 means we'll probably only do about an hour.
Hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, that would still be 11. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, I guess we still do the hour and a half or whatever. But we want to make sure we get some rest before Saturday's investigation. So it's up to you guys. Do you guys want us to do 9 or 9:30? And then next week we'll probably just change the 9 for convenience. It'll still be an hour and a half. Even though it's switching to 9, but that just lets me get a little more sleep, so I'm not.
Well, that's during the week.
Yes. During the week, yeah. For Fridays, it might change to 2 hours. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, this is the first week of it all, so we're kind of trial and erroring it.
We're trying. Oh,
Joe, I think you could be a little shy because you use your humor as a defense.
Yes. Between you and Tanya, oh my gosh, guess you guys are born at different worlds, and you could be like a brother and sister, dude. And those two, I tell you, go for it, Tanya. They're daring Tanya to call in.
I see it.
They're like, come on, Tanya, you can do it. You can do it.
We could take one for sure. I wouldn't. We're very, if you want us to mute the mic for a second, we can even mute it for a second while you get situated and let us know when you want us to start.
Oh, Ben, don't worry about it. You don't need to apologize, sir. We understand you've been starting up your team. It's been busy.
Oh, dude, you're starting your stuff off the ground, man.
Yeah.
I know how that early parts go. You got to grind, Don't worry, dude.
We got to grind. Gwen says 9 will be better for you guys to rest up.
I think so, yeah.
So, defense rest. Joke. Yeah, see, he uses his humor as a defense from, I think, okay, guys.
I think he's just agreeing with me.
Yeah. Okay, guys, 9 o'clock, a thumbs up. Put a lot of thumbs up in the comments, or, we don't like these. We hate these, but we like these.
Yeah, so 9 o'clock, guys, thumbs up. 9:30, thumbs down.
Robin says I work on Friday, so I will watch. Yeah, you can always catch us on. If you can't make
they're live streams, so they're always uploaded to the page.
They're always
on the YouTube or on the Facebook.
And same with my live feeds from a certain location. Those are always. I tweaked my phone a little bit, so that way we can provide a better, hopefully, quality for that. Thank you, T-Mobile, Sprint. No pun there. If you could sponsor me and give me better boost up, that would be great. That'd be awesome.
All right, so I think I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up.
I've seen a lot of thumbs up, so I guess it's 9 o'clock on Friday.
All right, we'll switch the whole thing. T's been going down pretty good, so I can get the thing set up by 9 o'clock. So, all right, cool. We'll switch everything to 9 o'clock. We'll start it Friday, and that's how we're gonna roll it out. So Friday will be a 2-hour episode at 9 o'clock, and we'll be good. That way
we can get Tower, because you got the unboxing you want to do.
Yep, and you got some reading you want to do. And I know there's
some reading you want to do.
There's some other packages that are still incoming, so we might have some stuff from the books I'm getting as well. So
and the equipment.
Yeah, and the equipment's coming. And I actually just wrote down some things I'm going to have you grab tomorrow, too. I'm going to give you some money for that while you're at Tractor Supply Co.
Oh, yeah.
On top of that, gardening tool for me. Because I'm a gardener as well now.
My focus is going to be filled up.
Yeah. It's going to be stacked.
It'll be stacked.
The stuff I'm asking for on top of that is small stuff, so don't worry.
As long as it's not Walmart, I'm good.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
Oh, fuck that place. Sorry. Fuck that place.
We appreciate you guys wanting us to go to that. Oh, God. Do you see what Joe posted in there?
Joe.
Oh, man.
Oh, you guys are a trip.
I love you guys so much. You guys are awesome.
My team is meeting at Seven Gables this week. Oh, that's awesome. Let us know about it. We're doing, Ben, we're doing ours from what I did this recently. We're going up to the old asylum grounds.
Yeah.
On Saturday around noon. We're meeting up with 2 other people because the other guys can't make it. So I said I'll take you another day during the week.
Yeah.
So it's fine. We try as best to get all of us together, but if we can't, we're like that. We can share another time.
Yeah.
If they can't make it, because the other 2, John and Terry, they're out hour and a half, which is Youngstown, Ohio. Great bunch of guys. John's trying to get back into the paranormal because he senses a lot. He's a clairvoyant. He senses a lot of things too, and he was talking to me about his dreams.
Yeah,
and he's like, he said he's been happening for a couple days now. These dreams, and I was like, hopefully, it doesn't reference to the tunnels, but he's talking about a hotel and a house. He was talking about he was having weird dreams about blood and.
Ooh, so, all right. Before things stack up too much.
Oh yeah.
Tanya threw a story in. I'm gonna read this real quick.
Tanya.
Brandy read my card yesterday and told me I would have a bump in the road very soon. She told me my grandma was watching over me and would guide me through. My grandma has passed away. She's my guide, and I got a phone call last night. My aunt had a heart attack. Oh. She's okay, but Brandy was right, spot on, and that was her bump in the road. And it's a scary moment when something like that happens. Any kind of injury, any kind of medical trauma, any kind of thing like that, especially when it comes to the heart, the brain, those kind of things, because that's scary stuff.
it is scary stuff. And my mom's still healing for her.
And Linda,
So,
I hope your hubby has a good surgery tomorrow.
yes. Positive energy.
Yeah, a lot
To
of positive
all the people
energy
going through stuff
and
right now.
everybody, yeah.
Everybody.
And I'm Tanya for your aunt and everything,
Yes.
So you guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in. And we hope your families are happy and healthy.
Oh, you see Gwen's comment? Oh, I heard about that one in Virginia.
Oh, Gwen, hey, let us know.
Let us know, please.
If you need some help, if you need some people along with you on there.
We'll go. We'll clear our schedule.
Yeah, we'll get down there. Don't worry.
We'll get down there.
Scouts honor.
I was in Awanas, but it's close enough. That was
Yeah.
the Christian Boy Scouts.
Well, Boy Scouts has a Christian element.
Well, but
like
it was a more extreme.
yeah, like
I don't know if anybody's heard of Awanas. We did that when I was in Iceland because our parents wanted to get rid of us for a while. Go, you're annoying us. Go to this group. Oh,
Yeah,
thank you, Linda.
see?
You too.
God and Country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of Christian elements to the Scouts
I
as
had
well.
to find Awanas and post that because I was part of that for a while too. And I don't know, did they talk about that all the time or is that just based?
No, it all depends. Okay, so because how the Scouts work is usually like a lot of the dads who are the Scout masters and stuff, who were in Scouts when they were younger. So it's all depending on who the dads are, So if like they're more laid back dads, there's not going to be a lot of like Christian elements thrown at you. It's going to be more about like the camping, the survival, and like the experiences like that. But if it's like those like super Christian-y dudes from like the churches and stuff who want to be a part of it, those guys are the ones, who want to talk a lot about that. Yeah.
I think that's how Awanas was started because every time we went there, it was nothing. It was a little bit of survival and all about Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I went to church camps for like multiple summers in a row for a while. So I know how that goes. I went to the summer. I went to the fall one,
Not just the summer. That's all.
Yeah. I know how that goes. There for a couple of weeks. And like one of my favorite things in the fall one was we did polar bear swimming. So it's like you wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and you go swimming in the cold ass lake and then you go get breakfast earlier than anybody else. Yeah. It was fun.
That'll wake your ass.
Oh, you were up. You were like, we got out of it. And like, after we shook off the cold, like all of us were just like super amped up,
You don't need caffeine back then. And just dip in a cold lake and you be good. Dude, Gwen says, dude, if it happens, you will be notified.
Thank you so much. We'll get down there right away. We got
we go.
We'll pack the CRV and we'll get down there.
We'll get down there.
Let's take a CRV for that one for sure.
Well, yeah. Yes, we'll take that.
Hey, Tanya was a Girl Scout. You gotta sell those cookies and you gotta get those adventure points and the patches. I think is what they get.
You put crack in those cookies? You can tell us. You can tell us a secret. You put crack in those cookies?
It's probably
something addictive.
Methamphetamine.
A little bit of. Okay, here you go. Oh.
Ha! Joe has sign language you can't show on here. I know which one he's talking about.
There's no middle finger emoji in there.
I'm pretty sure there's one.
There is one. Yes, there is.
All right. Do you want to read that one from Gwen, or
Yes.
do you want me to?
I'll read that one from Gwen.
Okay.
My son was in the Scouts. He was conflicted with the oath as far as the Christian part. After a long discussion, he began muting certain words, and when he would say the oath, "No harm, no foul," I suppose. My parents were very strict. Well, in the beginning in Iceland, it was probably a way to get rid of us. But every time we went there, we did the cool things like the survival and stuff. But it was a lot of the Christian. We got badges for, reading certain verses and certain things out of the Bible and stories. I mean, it was cool. We got this cool little vest. You can have these little badges, just like the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
They had set it up because it was a military base. And it's not there anymore. It's a town in Iceland. But they used to have a Navy base up there. And they sent even some of the natives kids were there too.
Yeah.
That's how I became friends with some of the Icelandic kids of my age back then too. I mean,
nice. Let me read this from Charlene real quick.
Go
She
ahead.
said, "My dad told me a story that lightning balls are real." He said when he was a kid, 60s, one came rolling through the screen door of the kitchen and out the front screen door. Him and his mom saw it. I think that's scientifically proven that that's a thing, that there's certain energy from lightning storms that can bounce off and everything and take a spherical form and bounce around. I'll have to like find an article on that and post it for you guys.
Joe says, I know. Oh, Tanya says, Joe.
Oh, he got it. He found the one. I knew he'd find it.
I know he'd find it. Come on.
Well, I flicked him off, so I guess it's fair, you know.
Yeah. That was in Ladysburg, Maryland. Okay.
Oh, man. Joe found it. Hashtag dying. Oh, man. It's been a fun night, guys. And I'm glad you guys have been so interactive. Oh, my God.
You guys have been awesome. You guys, wow. We were excited. We were telling them about their investigation coming up. We talk about your guys' stories. This is why we love you guys. We talk about your stories and you tell us your stories.
Yeah.
This has been amazing from the ground up. I'm so happy.
I'm very happy as well.
But I looked at the YouTube page. Here's a challenge for you guys. If you can get us up to 100, we'll be happy.
Yeah.
We won't give away a prize. But our mugs.
Our prize comes at 1,000 for YouTube. Yes, because we have to get to the 1,000 to go live from locations on YouTube.
Yes.
So if we can get to 1,000 on YouTube, we will have a giveaway, and it's going to be a small bundle of gifts from some of the different things we enjoy and everything like that. It may be a certain relic from the studio or something. Yep. Yeah.
Because we got plenty of relics.
We've got tons of relics and everything. So yeah, that's what we'll do. If we can get it up to that, guys. So make sure when you're checking into the shows, you share it with your friends. Mom, don't share on your feed because I don't want some of my family members to come to the show. So please don't share it on your feed. I beg you, please don't share it.
That's not on the Facebook. We're talking about the YouTube.
Yeah, and on the we got to share it on the Facebook so we can get it to the YouTube.
To YouTube.
But we're trying to get those numbers up on the YouTube as well. That's what the YouTube is. Once we hit 1,000 followers on the YouTube, then we're going to do a giveaway. So
yes, that's a challenge. Just
thanks, Sonia.
Yeah, because hint, hint, sometimes I don't like Facebook Live because it messes up so much.
Yeah, Facebook Live seems to be wonky.
Other than right now. But right now it's fine because we're at home.
Well,
with the internet.
And we got to make sure we're keeping up on the router maintenance and stuff like that. I think we had a router crash. That's what happened there.
And I know they said picture, they lower some of their standards on YouTube and Facebook. That's why you can't set your phones or something too high.
Yeah.
Or it'll pixelate. Just like I changed my settings on my phone, so hopefully that's better for when we go live again on Saturday. Because I'm definitely going live. I already got plenty of video to satisfy my needs, except for the tunnels. When
we're out there, if we're together, then I can go live from the Brunswick page, and you can go live from the Stanton Sturdy's page, or something like that.
Or I can just go live from my own.
Oh yeah, from your own personal.
Well,
page.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. We can actually do live from Instagram.
Yeah, I can definitely do live from Instagram because we have hey, anybody who has Instagram, check out By the Burial Ground on Instagram. That's all you have to type in. Keep it one word. Just type in By the Burial Ground. And you can find us on Instagram. I post content up on there. I've been a little bit behind, but I have like 2 or 3 posts ready to go, so I'm going to pump those out soon.
Okay, Gwen says, I'll read. My son is finding his path, if you will. I told him if he wants to be Christian, that's fine. Pagan, okay, I'm advise him whatever he chooses, as there's several belief systems out there to keep in mind to do no harm to others. Or this pagan mom will beat his ass. You got to have an open mind.
Yeah. Well, and that's something we'll be talking about on Friday with the unboxing. You know, I've talked about it a little bit, but I technically don't identify as any religion. I consider myself a practitioner of chaos magic.
Yep.
And one of the things in the unboxing is related to my practices. And it's nothing crazy. I'm not putting hexes on anything or anybody or like that, you know. But the symbol I bought a relic of is something that I'm going to represent myself with, you know. So it's just like it's a good thing for me because I was kind of shy about it when I first started practicing it because I felt like a little weird about it. And now that I've been practicing for a couple of years now, I feel way more comfortable, and I feel like it's definitely a part of me. So if anybody ever looks up chaos magic, chaos is spelled CHAOS, and then magic is MAGICK. It's magic with a K. So, yeah.
Some of us are mix of beliefs. Linda says I'm not a big fan.
Oh, thank you, Joe, for posting that up on there. He posted our Instagram link right in the chat there. Yeah.
Yeah, Linda, we're just because we feel if we might have a better quality on YouTube as live wise, because I noticed there is a bigger difference between Facebook Live and some people's YouTube Live.
Yeah.
And YouTube seems to be a better quality live. You can go full screen instead of portrait or whatever you call that, because you can't flip.
I don't think so on the Facebook.
Facebook, you can't flip it. It's like up and down, narrow, like the portrait they call it, not landscape. But on YouTube, you can do full screen live. So that's why we really want. Our goal is to get that up so we can go live from there with full screen instead of the small Facebook portrait ones on your phone.
Yeah.
But right now it's full screen because we have the camera.
Yeah, we got the other camera set up
from home, so that's different. But when you're going from live from your phone, I tried to flip it one time when I was out on top of the half mountain, Linda. Then it wouldn't let me. So
to talk about Gwen's comment, she said she was raised Southern Baptist, but Southern Baptist is now I'm now pagan. My mom, and she's in there with you guys talking. She went through many different religions, certain Christianities. I know she was practicing like Wiccan or paganism for a while. So I got exposed to a lot of stuff early on, and I didn't know where I really fell in. And then like once I graduated high school and I started to fall into certain things, then I started to find like a path for myself. And that's where I've led to myself now,
Before you read your mom's comment, I'm going to read the other ones. No problem. Linda says I was raised Mormon. Let's just say I'm not anymore.
Yeah, Mormon's hard.
Tanya says I'm Christian spiritual with my Native American beliefs. Plus, I believe in Appalachian folklore and magic of ancestors. Appalachians were always a mix. And your mom says that she can do a call-in for a funny, scary story.
Okay. Well, we're almost wrapped up the show, so we can definitely finish it out with that because we got about like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Lynn says that's how I was when I decided to be pagan. I just felt right. Then a couple years later, found out other than Cherokee heritage, I was also Scottish, Ireland, and Norway. So it was like being called. Well, I talk about where I found out some of my bloodline was the Norway, German, and England. Those are the three main ones.
Yeah.
And I could have been Viking. It is a mix, but I'll probably be at home if I go over to England, like you guys went over to Ireland, or when you and Vanessa went over to England, it felt like home to them. It probably felt like home to me, or even up there in Norway, in German. I mean, because some of the Vikings came from the Germanic readings, and they brought up to Norway.
Yeah.
So. Okay, I'm good.
And Charlene was saying, y'all a bunch of heathens, huh?
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. The reason, and just to get it out there, the reason why I practice chaos magic is because it's one of the most open-minded things I've ever read or learned anything about in any of the religions or practices. So that's my reasoning in that regard. But real quick, let me go ahead.
I'll read the comments. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna get this call in real quick.
We felt like we were home across the pond. So weird. Yeah. I read that too. You guys were like, I probably feel like that too if I ever go over there. I would probably feel at home. It'd be amazing to get over there. I need to get across the pond.
All right, give me a second, okay?
Okay. Got AKA Tyler's mom on the line.
Yeah.
As Tanya would say.
Well, let me get you on speaker here real quick. All right. Okay. So real quick, I know my people, you'll check it in the chats.
Yep.
Joe, Tanya, Linda, all you guys. Let Mom say some things real quick just so we can get a mic check before we start the story, okay?
Okay. Check. This is Tyler's mom.
That's the title now, you know.
That is the time.
AKA Tyler's mom.
Tyler's mom.
I can't see it, but yeah, just let us know, guys. Make sure the audio is good there.
Yeah, can you hear her?
Yep. Is it everything good?
We'll let's see if people reply real quick, and we'll make sure.
Okay.
Everyone give a thumbs up or something to see if Tyler's mom's coming in well.
Thumbs up would be great.
Thumbs up would be great.
Mutt Paranormal. Oh, what's up, Mutt Paranormal? What's up, guys?
Oh, we're talking. Yes, Charlena says yes.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
Let's see, you want to just a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just get it a little bit in here.
Yep.
All right, go ahead, Mom.
Okay, so Tyler, you remember when we lived out at the trailers and Fertile lived behind us?
Yeah. Up there, we've actually talked about the Amish stories a lot on the show.
Oh, yes. The Raymond.
Yep, Raymond and his family. Yeah.
Yes. Well, at that trailer park where we lived at, there was, do you remember down over the hill, we had the big fire pit?
Oh, of
the
course. I
picnic
remember so many
tables?
times down there. We rolled down the barrels down those hills.
Yes. Well, one night we was watching, a bunch of us was over at Fertile's and we were watching the Blair Witch Project. And of course, you know, it's like a scary movie.
Yeah.
So it scared your Aunt Tula to death. Once the movie was over, then your Aunt Tula went back down over the hill and was down there partying with the rest of them at the fire. And me and Tylisha and Dakota came up with a plan to scare Tula. So Dakota had a screen mask and like a long black like trench thing or something to put over him. And he went down around the woods and come up through to the backwoods. And the rest of us went down over the hill. And Tula was facing the trailers.
Yeah.
There was a picnic table behind her.
I remember this night. Yeah.
And Dakota come out and he got his feet up on the seating part of the picnic table. And we all started like freaking out and telling Tula, "Oh my God, look behind you." And when she looked behind her, Dakota jumped at her over this picnic table, scared her that shit crazy, and she picked up a 2x4 and was trying to hit him with it.
Now, because I remember this story and everything, and I remember actually I think I was there, but didn't she not talk to him for like a couple of weeks after this?
She didn't talk to him for a long time, and for I would say probably for a good year and a half, she carried that same 2x4 in the trunk of her car.
That's right, because she was so freaked out that night. She said she's just gonna keep it in there in case somebody tries to fuck with her again.
Wow.
Yeah, she was scared. That movie scared her petrified.
Wow, that is awesome. Like I said, as soon as you started talking about it a little bit, I'm like, oh wait, I remember some of these details. So, and I remember that area so well because that's where I had one of my big snakes. That's where I had my California king snake, and then like the stories with Raymond and stuff. A lot of fun stuff out there.
And you guys went sled riding. Used to go sled riding down there and see who could hit who with coming down the hill.
Yeah, how you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids will be kids.
All right. Well, thanks, Mom, for calling out that story, and I'm glad you reminded me of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something like paranormal or scary.
No, but it's
it's funny.
We request funny stories sometimes because we consider ourselves like kind of a comedy thing as well because we have kind of a comedy element to our show.
Oh yeah.
But we try to keep the facts straight,
And we have some comedians in our news feed too, like Tanya and Joe.
Speaking of Joe.
Shout out.
All right, Mom. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. Thanks for calling in. I love you. Okay.
Okay, love you guys too.
Bye. That was awesome. Joe, you're walking tall 2020. Oh, holy hell, Gwen says a 2x4. She means bunions.
Business, yeah.
Mama is telling. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, and thank you for that. It's like someone said your mother's accent's sweet.
Oh yeah, she's well, and it's a fun thing. It's we're from Ohio and people don't really attribute like Southern accents to Ohio. But because our family came from the South, my grandma's got a pretty heavy Southern accent, and my mom has it a little bit, and it pops up in me. Like if I ever get really angry, I sound like I'm from like the South for sure. You know, like
Some people said that too. Sometimes when I get really, the South comes out because you said yourself. My grandmother on my dad's side, always, she's from Indiana. I don't know if she was originally from the South, but always have a Southern accent, but up in Indiana.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? I don't know. We had to have been from the South too. I don't know. That was weird. But she was like always like, oh, and yeah. Had that Southern accent. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, sir.
And Charlena is saying, like, oh my God, when I was first married to my ex, I watched Fire in the Sky. He came into the bedroom with a garbage bag over his head and scared me bad. I started throwing stuff at him. That's funny. I mean, I've definitely messed with some people before, you know?
Well, I told this story all the time when I was in the other business before you came along. I scared your now wife and stepdaughter, Bree.
Oh, yeah.
After they watched a scary movie, they came down the hallway of the old house and see that mask that's behind Tylor, this very mask. I creeped my door open and scared the shit out of them. I never seen them fall back so far in the hallway. So, yeah.
Well, Gwen was saying that her ex-husband made the mistake of sneaking up behind her and put his hands on her shoulder trying to scare her. He ended up in the dentist. True story.
Oh, and also sometimes I scared Bree, my stepdaughter. Sometimes I got scratched really bad. So I know what you're talking. It's like, I'm sorry, was this a joke? don't hurt me.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, I got hurt before trying to scare people. I know. I was pretty bad about that in the old other house. I was scared of shit out of everybody just because.
Just something to do.
Just something to do. And I was like, everyone try to scare me. Yeah, sometimes I get scared if I don't know you're there. Sometimes you see me jump if you're like walking quietly.
Yeah.
Or someone else walks in quietly. If I don't hear the floor and I'm like, I didn't know you were there. That was about as much as I get scared. But
Linda was saying her grandmom has an English accent from Nottingham. So,
that gotta be awesome. That would be awesome.
And Tanya was saying that you scare me, and that's when my witch side comes out.
Oh, damn.
Gonna get witchy on us.
I'm gonna get witchy. Fuck. So don't scare Tanya, anybody.
Oh, Charlena said I see a theme here. X. Listen up. Don't scare your women. Because she was saying ex-husband, X. So yeah, a lot of X's there. No O's.
I did scare my previous two exes, so you might have something.
Well, I don't think you're gonna scare Jen because I don't think you should.
No, I ain't gonna scare Jen, but my other two exes, yeah, I did the same shit as I do now. So yeah, I probably scared the shit. I was like, well, okay, we're done with you. Fuck off.
Well, guys, I hate to say it, but it's that time. I got to get myself up to bed. Yes. Well, try to wind down for a second because it's hard to come down off the show and just go straight to bed. But I'm going to wind down and get myself to bed real quick. I know this guy's going to get some rest. He's probably got some adventuring to do tomorrow. So
I don't know. Maybe. It depends on if the guys want to. Depends on the weather, too.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you have some kind of work you'll be working on.
I found some today just by driving the Mustang up and down the Cuyahoga Valley National just
Park
past
system,
Jake,
yeah.
And I found another barn. But hey,
we love you all, and thank you for all the conversations. Thank you again, Mom, for calling in. And, good night, guys. We appreciate everything.
9:00 Friday. Yeah.
All right, and over on the YouTube, good night to Up Paranormal. We got you guys checked in.
Thank you. I'm glad you had a good time. Good night, all. 9:00 Friday.